Welcome to a Gallop TV selection show. Racing takes place at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth on the summer course, Saturday the 19th of November. 8 races on the program, and with me on the line is Graham Hawkins, who is enjoying his time down in the Cape. And Graham, how are you doing? Good to have you on the show today.
Thank you, Raheel. Nice to be chatting to you again. Yes, beautiful weather in the Cape, although tomorrow promises to be a bit of a strange day. It's not going to be very warm, and there is a little bit of rain around, and not enough to disrupt racing in any way, or perhaps to even change the state of the going, which at the moment, it's very quick at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth.
Have you been to the race courses much since you've been down there?
Not much, but obviously as the season unfolds, we'll get to Hollywoodbets Kenilworth on a more regular basis.
Lovely stuff. Let's have a look at race number 1 on the program, which does start the bipod, as it is an 8-race card. So race number 1, 12:40 is when you need to get those bipod bets on by 1,400 meters a trip. And Royal Port Louis has been priced up as a favorite at around 2-1 in the market. Nevada King is trading at 22-10. It's 9-2 about Wiley Riley, 6-1 and better about those. Now this horse, Royal Port Louis, horse number 6 from the Brett Crawford yard. He obviously ran against Open Company in that penultimate start. Then the last time out he went to Fairview, beaten 6 lengths. Do you make him the horse to beat, or would you be with number 2 Nevada King?
No, I think you have to make number 6 Royal Port Louis the horse to beat. In fact, there's Royal Port Louis running, and later on in the card Port Louis for the same connections, perhaps a little double there, Mauritian double. They have met before, and on that occasion Royal Port Louis comfortably beat Nevada King. This is his third run after being rested and gelded. As you say, he's raced in Open Company and then in a feature race. I expect him to be very competitive here, but there is a lot of form to go around. So I'm going to include all of numbers 2, 4, and 6 in the opening leg of the bipod. I do have a couple of bankers later on. I was impressed with Montine's first run, so the son of Louis the King could be anything. So I'm going to go 2 Nevada King, 4 Montine, and 6 Royal Port Louis in the opening leg of the bipod. But Royal Port Louis is my first choice.
I'm with you on that, Graham. Number 6, Royal Port Louis. Certainly, he's got the experience now underneath the belt, and he should go very close in this lineup. And like Graham mentioned, number 4, Montien, he's a horse that produced a very nice run on debut, and he's definitely got scope for improvement. Now, we're going to move along to race number 2, which is the Summer Bowl, 1,600 meters the distance. 1:15 is when this race gets underway, and we see Chansonnet in action. And during the Cape Summer season, the past Cape Summer season, she was denied behind Captain's Ransom on 2 occasions, and then last time out she would have needed the run over 1,400 meters, trip on the sharp side for her, beaten behind Santa Maria, far from disgraced. Second run after rest, and she looks to be the part in the lineup. She does look to be probably the best bet on the card, Graham. She's well clear in terms of ratings on the opposition here. She's drawn in gate number 3, Grant van Niekerk aboard. And I think that this horse here is certainly one that you start your all-to-comes with.
Yes, certainly number 3, Chansonnet, is one of those bipod bankers that are referred to. Confident first choice. It's a lovely race, the Summer Bowl over 1,600 meters. It features number 1, Marina, and number 4, Silver Darling. Both of them really good fillies. Both of them would probably prefer slightly further. But as you say, Chansonnet won the fillies guineas last season. She's hardly put a foot wrong. She's a cut above this over 1,600 meters, in my opinion. Confident first choice to be chased home by Marina and Silver Darling. It is a bit of a worry that the Andre Nel stable has been without a winner for such a long time, but I think Chansonnet is going to change all that on Saturday.
Absolutely, the tables will certainly turn for the yard, and Chansonnet could just be that. So banker in all bets, number 3, Chansonnet, and in the opening leg of the PA, no doubt that she's going to be a confident banker. Now we're going to move along to race number 3 on the program. 10-2 is the time you need to get those bets on. 1,600 meters the distance, and this is the start of the pick 6. And in my place accumulator, which is my suggested bet, I've gone with number 2, Alende, as a banker. She's got the draw advantage over Jazabella, who's been terribly disappointing, to say the least. After a run on debut when beaten behind Totally Rocks, expected to get the job done next time out, disappointed, running second. Thereafter, first run in the Cape, found one too good, and then last time out, no sort of run from her, and no excuses reported. She's got a wide draw to contend with today, well, on Saturday, and I think that she shouldn't be able to turn the form around with number 2, Alende, who is going to be a confident first choice for me.
Allende has obviously been very costly to follow. Looks a safe place accumulator banker, given her form, a very consistent form, and the fact that she's drawn in gate 2. But everybody seems to be ignoring number 3, Gift from Heaven. Piers Stradham rides. He's only got 2 rides on the card. This could be his 5,500th winner. She's a half-sister to Hawam, a half-sister to Rainbow Bridge, and a half-sister to Golden Ducat. Now, her first 3 runs were horrific, but suddenly, last time out, when given a rein and going to the front, she ran second to Defining Moment. She was only cut out of it in the closing stages. She had Allende behind her. She had Jazz Bella behind her and a few others behind her, including Sunlit from Heaven. So I don't see why number 3, Gift from Heaven, can't build on that run. She's beautifully bred, as I mentioned. She's equally well drawn as Allende. So my first choice is number 3, Gift from Heaven. My second choice, number 2, Allende. My third choice, number 10, Sunlit from Heaven. And my fourth choice, number 14, Jazz Bella. But there are others with chances. I think it's quite a tricky start to the pick 6 because Allende has been very costly to follow thus far. But I'm rowing in with a 6-1 chance, Gift from Heaven.
Does it not concern you that she's 10 kgs worse off with Allende on that last start?
Yes, I realize that was obviously a maiden handicap. But I think the fact that she suddenly turned the corner, I'm expecting her to start to improve on that. Strictly at the weights, yes, Allende has her beat. But as I said, Allende has been disappointing. And I think it's almost as if Gift from Heaven is now just starting up her engine. So I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt, despite the weight turnaround. But yes, not with any great deal of confidence. I think you could possibly get away with Allende as a place accumulator banker. But I think in the opening leg of the pick 6, you've got to go pretty wide.
As you heard from Graham, they include as many as your budget does allow in terms of the opening leg of the pick 6. He's with number 3, Gift from Heaven, and I'll be with number 2, Allende, in race number 3. Now we're going to move along to race number 4 on the program, 2,000 meters a trip, and I thought quite a competitive race. This is a maiden special weight, so the weights differ in this lineup here. And in terms of the pair, I'm going to go with numbers 2, 11 Mohandas, the 13 horse, and horse number 8 Ready or Not. I thought quite a competitive race, Graham, and another race in terms of the pick 6 and jackpots where you need to go wide if not including the field here.
The special weights maiden races can produce funny results, and I think this is a very, very difficult race for the first leg of the first jackpot. Potential upset written all over it. But number 13, Selukwe, I'm hoping, obviously, that Chansonnet has put the Andre Nel stable back on the winning track in the earlier race, and that Selukwe ran a very good race last time out, and he's improving steadily, will provide Andre Nel with another winner. Awkward draw, but does have the form. I think the horses you've mentioned, number 11, Mohandas, number 8, Ready or Not, number 16, Storm Boulevard, even numbers 2, Impetuous, 5, 3, Western Wall, 14, Release Me, and 15, Spirit of Silvana. These all have chances in which I think is one of the more difficult races on the card. But for me, number 13, Selukwe gets the vote, but again, not with too much confidence.
Certainly is a competitive race, and as Graham mentioned, it's got upset written all over it, and a race where you need to go really wide in those exotics because you could get a bit of a jolt in terms of those jackpots and pick 6s. Just to mention my numbers once more, 2, 8, 11, 13 for those place accumulators, and hopefully the Andre Nel stable has turned, and then we'll give some confidence for number 13, Selukwe, heading into the race. Now race number 5, this is a fillies and mares 95 handicap over 1800 meters, and horse number 9, Time Flies. Now she's a 4-year-old daughter of Dynasty. She's had 5 starts to date with 2 wins, 2 seconds and 1 fourth, and she's a horse that catches my eye at 6-1 in the market. I think that she represents the value in the race. She's got 52 kgs on the back. She's got a lightweight, and I think that given that she's an improving horse, she's a horse that possibly got the most scope for improvement in this lineup. I'm going to be with her, and in terms of the place accumulators, I'm going to take my chances with this individual. She beat Winter Scout last time out. I know that she does take on a much stronger race, and she was penalized 6 points for that victory. But I think that she's got the improvement. The Brett Crawford yard are having their fair share of winners. Cabello Matsunyane, he's started off the season on the right foot. And I think that he could certainly give this 4-year-old daughter of Dynasty a peach of a ride. And I expect her to go very, very close to getting that 3rd career victory.
I'm very much in your camp, Rahil. I think Time Flies at the weight, certainly one to beat. She's improving. She's got the right sort of pedigree. Her immediate dangers, a stable companion, number 6, Fleeting, who's the mount of Keegan DeMello, gives away 2 kilograms to Time Flies. And then despite the top weight of 60.5, I do quite like number 10, Flower of Saigon, as an each-way play. But my top choice is definitely number 9, Time Flies, ahead of number 6, Fleeting, and number 10, Flower of Saigon, with a bit of a chance for number 8, Young Love. But I'm in your camp. Time Flies, the one to beat.
Race number 5, horse number 9, Time Flies. Graham and I in this 4-year-old daughter of Dynasty's camp. Now moving along to race number 6. This is the Grade 2 Cape Punters Cup, 1600 meters a trip. And we see Cousin Casey in action here. And it's going to be exciting to see this horse back in action, Graham, after his KZN champion season, where he was victorious in the group races, the Group 2, the Group 1. Last time out, he returns off 112 days since his last start. What's the talk been for Cousin Casey heading into the lineup down in the Cape?
Well, I had a chat with Glenn Cotson. He is very excited to see Cousin Casey back on the track. He's very happy with him. He's had 2 grass gallops. He tells me he's fit, ready to run his best race. He's expecting him to win. And quite frankly, I know there are going to be lots of people looking for reasons to get him beat in this Group 2 contest. I'm not. I'm going confidently as a pick 6 jackpot place accumulator banker. I'm going all in with number 8, Cousin Casey. If he gets beat, I'll take it on the chin. And there are many with chances if you look beyond Cousin Casey. It's an exciting field of 3-year-olds as they prepare for the Cape Guineas, the Hollywoodbets Cape Guineas next month. Obviously, Charles Dickens is on the touchlines for this race. But there's so many with good form, but none better than Cousin Casey. His trainer's confident. I'm going to row in with Cousin Casey. I'm not going to be a naysayer. I'm not looking for anything to beat him.
Number 8, Cousin Casey, certainly the one to beat you. And at 22-10, he's probably worth a punt on the head, this individual. He's got the ability, he's got the class, and in this lineup here, should go very, very close. But I've gone for a bit of cover in the PA, just in case Cousin Casey needs a run. My question mark would be that it is his first run around a left-hand turn. And he may have galloped over at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth, but it is his first run in a race, and he hasn't won around a left-hand turn before. He's only done his winning down in KZN, and we'll see how he does go, but he certainly does have the class. I've gone with cover with number 13, Le Morne. I think he's a horse that he's 3 from 3. I don't see any issue with the 1600 meters. I've been with him in his first 3 starts to date, and I think on a mark of 94, he's probably a bit under the radar for now. He does have a deep road to contend with, but I think that he'll give a good account of himself. And let's hope he can run an absolute cracker and head into the Guineas in some good form. And this horse here, 3 from 3. We'll see how he does go on Saturday. He's got Cousin Casey to beat, but I think that he's a lively contender in race number 6. Now we're going to move along to race number 7 on the program, which is a sophomore sprint, a listed event over 1200 meters. And last time out, I thought that Hit 'em Out Sunshine would take a power of beating, but he found one too good in the form of Trompy. And now he is, of course, 2 kgs better off at the weight with Trompy. But do you think he's going to be able to turn the form around? He's probably better suited to 1200 than Trompy could be.
It's actually 4 kilograms better off. Hit 'em Out Sunshine's 4 kilograms better off with Trompy. And I'm expecting him to bridge that gap. I do make it a 2-horse race. I'm only putting the 2 into the exotics. Number 1, Hit 'em Out Sunshine, and number 9, Trompy. Again, there's plenty of form to go around amongst the opposition, but I think these 2 could dominate the race. Vaughan Marshall has always held Trompy in very high regard. He couldn't explain his disappointing effort second time out when beaten and well beaten by Weird Jamming, who reappears here today in this race and is unbeaten over the course and distance. So I'm not going to try and split them. I can see it going either way. 1, Hit 'em Out Sunshine, really nice horse. 9, Trompy, very highly regarded. I expect the winner to come from one of those 2. But then, of course, there's Hammy's Hero, Street Outlaw, Captain Bombshell, Paroshka, Iconic Destination, and We're Jamming. They're all very, very talented 3-year-olds. So any of them could surprise.
This is certainly a very, very nice race to keep an eye on, race number 7 over 1200 meters. I'm going to be with number 1, Hit 'em Out Sunshine. I think that he'll turn the form around with Trompy. Keegan Mello aboard, and we all know what form Keegan is at this point in time. So Hit 'em Out Sunshine, the top choice for me. And Graham, hard to separate the horses 1 and 9, but he'll certainly be with Hit 'em Out Sunshine or Trompy in race number 7. Now race number 8, the final race on the program. It's a middle stakes over 1200 meters. 1650 is the time you need to get those bets on. And there's a horse that I'm very strong with, and that's number 9, Mas Vigilante. In terms of the PA, I'm going to go to horses 7 and 9, but Mas Vigilante, this is going to be the top choice for me. Last time out, I would say I was disappointed with the ride that Louis Mkoto gave him. I thought that he took the wrong choice by just keeping this horse in. And when Hammy Zero made the run, he decided to still wait, and he got boxed up and only got a gap late on in the day. I think with the clear run in transit, this horse should go very close to winning and notching up that 3rd career victory. He's come down in the ratings. He's on a mark of 78 now. He's course and distance suited, 54 kgs on the back, and at 10-1 in the market. He's a horse that I think is worth a bet on the head, and certainly worth an each way play. And then number 7, Let It Burn, who is your favorite at 5-1 in the market. He was beaten behind Sundays last time out. And he's better off at the weights with Sundays, so he could certainly turn the form around there. 7 and 9 for me, Graham, but my top choice is going to be number 9, Mas Vigilante.
Mas Vigilante, currently quoted attractive each way odds 10-1. It is a real tough race, Rahil, and you're fully entitled to fancy Mas Vigilante. I have no strong fancy in the last. It's wide open. You need as many runners in the last leg of the pick six as you can afford to put in the field if possible. It's that kind of a race. I'm interested in Faree's Mount for Justin Snaith, number 3, Poltergeist. I'm interested in the stable companion, number 2, Kalahari Ferrari. I think that's going to run well. I'm also interested in number 5, Sundazed, as well as number 4, Transact, 7, Let It Burn, 9, Masked Vigilante. And I'm not going to forget about Dennis Dryer's runner, number 17, Proud Master.
I was going to ask you, are you leaving that horse out?
Form over 1,200 meters.
Yeah, he's certainly a horse that enjoys the trip, and he should go well. He has won on the straight course before, and Proud Master certainly not one to ignore in race number 8. But does look to be a competitive race, and as Graham mentioned, possibly include the field in the last leg of the pick 6, and you need a bit of cover. But I'll be with number 9, Mas Vigilante, and hopefully can get the job done for the Brett Crawford yard. Now, next up, we're going to have a look at our suggested bets, and we'll start off with Graham's suggested bet, and he does have 2 win bets on the card. That he'll take us through that, as well as a quartet. So, Graham, take us through your suggested bet and those 2 win bets as well.
Yeah, I've got 2 win bets, Nap selections, all to comes, exotic bankers in the second race, the Summer Bowl, number 3, Chansonnet, and then in the 500,000 Rand Cape Punters Cup, which is race 6 in the card, I'm going with the favorite, number 8, Cousin Casey. I'm expecting him to make a winning comeback. And then in race 7, the sophomore sprint, I'm suggesting a quartet with a double floating banker, number 1, Hit Them Hard, Sunshine, and number 9, Trompy. Double float those 2. With all of numbers 4, Hammy's Hero, 5, Street Outlaw, 6, Captain Bombshell, 8, Piroshka, 10, Iconic Destination, and 11, Weird Jamming. So that's a suggested quartet play for race 7, the sophomore sprint.
Thanks for that, Graham. Now, next up, we're going to have a look at my suggested bet, and I've gone with a place accumulator, which is going to cost you 16 Rand, and I'd say this is a bit of a skeleton perm. You can obviously add horses to it. I've got 4 bankers in that place accumulator. I'm going 3 by 2, by 2, 8, 11, 13, by 9, by 8 and 13, by 1, by 7 and 9 in the final leg. And as I mentioned, this will just cost you 16 Rand, and you could certainly add horses to this. And I think the place accumulator could be a nice bet to catch on a Saturday. Looking forward to the race meeting at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth on Saturday. Graham, any chance that you're heading to the course to watch a couple of races?
Unfortunately, not tomorrow. I'll be watching from home, but watching very keenly. And I'm also looking forward to what I think will be a really good day's racing.
Thanks very much for being on the show, Graham. And of course, you can look forward to the Group 2, the Cape Punters Cup, the Sophomore Sprint, and the Summer Bowl, all at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth on the summer course Saturday. All the best, guys. Hopefully, Graham and myself have managed to guide you in the right direction, and hopefully, you're in the winner's queue after race number 8.